Welcome to the Bourbon Van. I'm Phil.
I'm Julie.
Today we're drinking some oaky whiskey.
We've been waiting a long time to open this bottle.
Absolutely, and what better time? We just hit 9,000 subscribers.
Thanks, guys, for subscribing, watching, liking, commenting, all the things.
Sharing us with your mom.
Oh boy, no.
We're so excited. And yeah, so today, this was kind of a fun opportunity to try something that I've been wanting to open for a long time. So on the shelf, randomly, I'm not the biggest Barrell fan.
Right.
I read all about this bottle called Barrell Vantage, a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys finished in Moussonera French and toasted American oak, 115.88 proof, cask strength. And it's a bottle that caught my eye right away. We spent $85 on it. I'm a guy who likes an oaky bourbon, and this looked like a lot of fun with all that oak in it. Tennessee, Kentucky, and Indiana whiskeys blended together in here. Now, the next bottle has a ton in common with this bottle.
So we did a Kentucky trip a few years ago, and our last stop was at Bardstown. We had fun.
We had fun. It was a great place to be. And this is their triple blended Stave finish. We tried a bunch of stuff when we were there. We didn't really expect to or want to like the most expensive bottle.
Yeah, we did a flight. And
yeah, what do you know? $199 lighter. We walked out of there. But with this bottle, it's Bardstown's triple blended Stave finish. It is a blend of straight whiskeys finished with oak staves. Now, Indiana, Kentucky whiskeys blended 3 different types of oak and then reblended with Tennessee whiskey. So once again, the same 3 states, 3 different types of oak. I'm not going to put all the information on this bottle in this video. I'll put a link below to the fact sheet because
there's a lot.
It's complicated and convoluted, and I don't want to get into it now. What I do want to get into is these 2 whiskeys right here.
I'm excited about today's video. We don't usually talk about Bardstown or Barrell much on the channel, and so this is going to be fun.
Yeah, Bardstown, not something that's available at all in the state of Oregon. Let's get right to this tasting. These were poured for us. We are going to nose them, taste them, let you know what we think, but I want to know, is that $85 bottle from Barrell that I've been really enjoying going to stand tall against that Bardstown bottle at $199 that we really loved in Kentucky? Let's get to the noses. Yeah, I think so too. There's more of a Tennessee presence on this than I expected from either one of these.
It has a nice fruity note to it. I mean, the oak is definitely there.
The oak is super prevalent, yeah. Sugary sweet.
It's super sugary. I do feel like it has a bit of an apricot nose.
Yeah, there's definitely
it's really nice.
A fuzzy fruit there.
Ah.
Ooh.
That's nice too.
That smells real. This just smells elevated. It smells elegant.
I was gonna say it does smell elevated.
Brown sugar all over the place on this one.
Oh, it's nice. It's really oaky and beautiful as well.
Sugary, oaky, a little bit drier on the nose there.
Yeah, they do smell quite different.
They do.
I mean, there's similarities, but yeah, they're definitely gonna be different tasting, I bet.
Let's see how similar they are on the palate.
Cheers.
Cheers. 115 proof versus 109 proof, by the way. So, really similar in a lot of ways.
I got a little hazelnut. There was a little bit of nuttiness on this one, but not like your Jim Beam nuttiness. I feel like it was like a hazelnut. There was a nice little caramel presence. The oak wasn't super strong on this one, but I think after a couple sips, that'll really shine through. Yeah,
lighter brown sugar here, but I was thinking peanut shell. Like the shell of a nut, but it wasn't really like a peanut. And maybe that's what, when you said hazelnut, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Interesting. It does coat nice.
There's a bit of a bite to this glass.
A little spice.
But not bitterness. Like there is just almost like an exclamation point mid-palate that it's like a little bit of a punch, but I like it because it brings that heat to the forefront. The flavors are really nice. You think all of a sudden it's going to be bitter, but then it mellows out and has a nice finish.
Yeah. That's a great way to describe it. Yeah. Good job.
Hey, thanks.
Glass 2, a little redder.
Yep.
Maybe a touch darker.
Yeah.
Looks great.
I could smell this one. I almost feel like there's raisins on the nose.
Smells good.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I found the oak.
That's all I have to say is wow.
Super fruity. What? You're still you're drifting away over here.
Well, I was thinking how good the glass one was, and you're right. You said that the nose was elevated and this palate tastes elevated. It is dynamite. That's all I could say. Like, I could talk about flavors, but that experience I just had sipping that was
dynamite.
wow.
Yeah, and there are times when the experience of the sip matters much more than you're always putting together the nose, the palate, the finish, the mouthfeel, all the sum of the whole.
Yeah.
This one here, I've got a front runner real quickly just off the first sip of that glass.
And there's a significant price difference on this, depending which one is which, right? And sometimes that matters and sometimes it doesn't. They're both delicious, and right out of the gate, I would say worth the money.
Yeah, they're both really good. And what I'm hoping for here is that that $85 bottle is standing on its head and blowing us away. I honestly don't know.
That would be remarkable.
Given what we've tasted here in glass 2, I want to have another sip of it before going back to glass 1. I haven't had to sip it again because the flavor's lasting forever. The finish is great on this.
And we should talk about the flavors as well.
So much sweetness. Brown sugar. There is fruit here, but it's like a mixed berry slash fruit cup with all kinds of stuff in it. There's a lot to like here. There's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah, really nice oak. I'm getting a bit of leather on this one. The nose actually, as I was breathing in while I was taking that sip, had a bit of a green olive nose to it.
Ooh, that's fun.
This has a nice thickness to it.
Yeah.
And the finish is fantastic. Yeah. Boy, do I hope this is the $85 one.
I hope so too, yeah. We mentioned some bitterness-ish bite on glass number 1. That doesn't show up here. There's a little spice on glass 2, but the balance is more tilted toward the sweetness. That sweet side of things is, I don't want to say it's easy drinking, but that's an easy drinking whiskey right there. Glass 2, it is super duper satisfying.
Yeah, even with all that oak, with that leather note, this flavor profile is actually... I used to only want to drink things that taste like candy, and then I discovered kind of that leather caramel oakiness on the Cal 15, and I fell in love with that flavor profile. This has some of those same elements that I really like, and I don't know why I don't drink stuff like this more often.
It's probably because we don't want to spend that kind of money on bottles all that often, but... very good whiskey. You want to do a back and forth?
I do.
Okay, let's go back to glass 1 here really quickly and see if we find anything new on it.
Yeah. There's a lighter nose to this one. Ooh. See, a little leather comes through on this now. It actually drinks a bit thinner than this one. But there is a lot of similarities in the flavor. It almost feels like this glass has ramped up those flavors, and this one is a bit... in the middle, or...
If I had to guess, I would say that glass 2, based on what you're saying, because I agree with it, glass 2 to me seems more well-aged, because it has everything else that glass 1 has, but it's ramped up, maybe a little more cohesive, and maybe it's just a better blending job, which, who knows, these are both blends.
Yeah.
I can't wait to find out what's what, but I do like glass 1 a lot. I like these both a ton, so... Yeah. Glass 1, very good, but there is some nuttiness there that I don't get on glass 2. That's the only real flavor difference besides lightness versus darkness.
And I got just a hint of mint and a mid-palate on this one.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
It's delicious. I think we both can agree that these are both delicious.
I'm not
bourbons.
Disappointed in either one of these.
Yeah.
All right, one more time, glass 2.
We'll close it out.
Why not? Ooh, she's very satisfying.
No less joy than I had on my first time.
No, that's great whiskey. And there is a red fruit, like the skin of an apple, something like that. It sounds dumb, but maybe strawberries or something. There's something going on there that's bringing a fruity sweetness that is super satisfying. For me, it's glass 2.
Yeah, I love everything about my glass 2, and there is a hint of that like sugary sweetness that does come through as well. So you get those deep, dark flavors. The viscosity is great. The finish is fantastic. I love everything about the experience of that. I always feel bad for your glass number 1 because there's everything to love about glass number 1, and then they just ramped it up in our glass number 2.
And glass 2 also finishes with a nice peppermint note.
Yeah.
A very nice Thanks for drinking me minty note that I always enjoy when it's done right, and that's done right.
And to do a wrap up, we originally selected these because they have a ton of similarities just in reading the labels and what we thought they were. And I agree. They really are similar in the flavor profile. It's just the final experience that we're having here.
Absolutely. Well, the Barrell Vantage, a lot more readily available, and the Bardstown, to my knowledge, was a limited edition, so it may not even be available at all. So let's find out. If you can't get the Bardstown, is the Barrell a suitable replacement? Let's find out what we've been drinking here. Glass 2 is our winner. B?
B.
B
B
is...
as in boy. I hope that's the $85 bottle.
It's not. It's the Bardstown.
No, it's not.
The Barrell is not in first place here, but I would not call it a loser. That's quite good whiskey.
So this is the first time I've had the Barrell. You've been enjoying it for a week, and I think that it's delicious. And I'm not a huge Barrell fan. There's just something about that flavor profile that kind of throws me a bit, but this one, delicious.
Yeah, when it comes to blending, not all of them are going to be knocked out of the park.
Yeah.
But both of these are blended. Both of these are complex. They are flavorful. They are satisfying. Super well done. So I can't complain about either of these. Do you think that the Bardstown is worth the extra $100+ to purchase?
If you can find it, and I don't normally say stuff like this, I do. And I will say that when we bought this bottle, I was a bit shell-shocked. I wouldn't say early in on my bourbon journey, but I mean, we picked this bottle up 2 years ago, or at least a year and a half ago. And I remember at the time, I'm like, let's just take it home and we'll see. And now that I've been drinking bourbon for a while, I really appreciate what we have here.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence there because I really, really like it, but an extra $100+ over a bottle that's already $85.
I know.
I think I'm sticking with the Barrell Vantage.
Nice.
I really did enjoy it, and there was a big difference here, enough that we both pretty readily said Glass 2 was better without too much tasting. But Glass 1 to me, super good, super satisfying, and pairs really nicely with a beer. We'll find out if both of them pair really nicely with a beer after this video, but I'm sticking with the Barrell Vantage. I think it's a really solid whiskey, and if you haven't tried it yet, go find yourself a bottle.
And I'm sold either way.
Either way. Well, thanks to all of you again for watching, following along, joining us on Instagram, all the things. 9,000 subscribers. I honestly can't believe it.
I can't either. It's been such a journey.
Such a journey. And from wherever we are.
To wherever you are.
Cheers.
Cheers. I can't believe how delicious that is.
That's really good whiskey.